there's planets where life forms could have developed in a much more stable environment where they don't get hit by asteroids, and they get to not just like where we are, which is like 1 million years of evolution from the lower primates, but like 300 million years. Like, what if they just stay alive and they just continue to advance to the point where they're literally like gods? They can travel through black holes. They can transcend space and time. They can instantaneously appear in any spot in the universe they want to. The question would be, like, would they want us to know about them yet?
See, or even crazier than that. I remember when we were in London, I was talking to Graham
Hancock.
Yeah, Graham Hancock.
How great was that dinner?
Oh, it was awesome.
Graham Hancock and Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, because I remember when he first started telling me about his theory, it was almost like he expected me to be like, shut your stupid ass. Like, he expected me to react completely negative.
Right.
And he was shocked that I was like listening. And I'm like, no, I want to hear what you got to say. I don't know shit.
Well,
right?
His theory is based on asteroidal impacts.
Yeah, well, his
combined with Randall Carlson's.
Yeah, he said he thinks that there may have already been a more developed human species that got wiped out, and they could have sent someone to another place.
It's totally possible that anyone who can build the pyramids could build anything. If you can make that, we would struggle to make the pyramids today. And I know people love to say, "Oh, human beings could do it." Sure, we could do it. But you have to realize there's 2,300,000 stones in the Great Pyramid of Egypt. And some of them are cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. And these are massive, massive stones that were cut with such precision that in many cases when you're inside the pyramids, on the outside everything's fucked up because it used to be covered in limestone. But people looted it and they broke off the limestone. They built cities with it and shit.
Okay.
Horrible. They built a lot of Cairo, apparently, the early days. The people stole limestone from the Great Pyramids. That's how goofy people are. So that's all rough and fucked up on the outside, but it didn't used to be like that. It used to be flat and smooth, to the point where it was probably polished and reflective. Like, they don't know exactly what it looked like, but they know that the precision inside, in some of the areas, like where you look at the stones, you can't even get a razor blade in between those rocks. And these are massive stones. And the amount of calculations that are involved and the amount of precision that has to be involved. And to take this design where you're stacking stones on, you can't have any errors when you get to the top. You have so many stones, a millimeter here, a millimeter there. You get to the top, you're all fucked up.
But do you think that Neil's skepticism comes from, because the other side of it is the speed of light? Because that's the big, huge barrier, right? It's like, for us to be visited by an alien species, they would have had to have figured out a way to get around that. Either to go faster than the speed of light, or to have some kind of workaround, like, warp bubbles or whatever the fuck that we.
I think that's more likely it.
Yeah, because
I think the way we're thinking about it is very archaic. The fire comes out the back. I think we're thinking about it like a catapult. Like back when they had a catapult, like, this is the shit, bro. I got the new catapult. It's like the Staccato 390 catapult with the fucking cut the ropes and that fucking rock goes flying. That was as good as anybody. No one ever thought like missiles would come out of jets. You have a hypersonic jet, it's shooting fucking missiles.
Well, that's the thing. You talk to futurists and they're always wrong.
Yeah, you can't be right. You have rough estimates and guesses.
Like, talk about futurists in the 20s.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't picture airplanes. They thought everyone would have a blimp. Like, everyone will have a personal blimp. That's what they thought.
Dude, I had a dream about that once. I had a dream, a world. I can't remember, it was 1,000 or 1,000,000 Nikola Teslas. I'm like, think about what that guy was able to create and the ideas that he came up with by himself. And imagine if there was 1,000,000 of those guys.
1,000,000
Nikola Teslas. 1,000,000 insane geniuses that create transcendent technology that we enjoy today. I mean, he was trying to broadcast electricity through the air and wanted to give it to people for free.
But think about how, there's an old, I think, Voltaire quote where he says something to the effect of, like, I'm less impressed with the Einstein's brain than the near certainty that, people just as intelligent are dying in sweatshops and slave fields and shit. It's like, imagine if, because all the geniuses we got, it was luck of the draw that, like, we got Nikola Tesla at the right time with the right family, with the right money, with the right education. Or like Sir Isaac Newton, he was born a rich kid. If he had been born a serf, You know, we be 100 years behind on. You know,
That's probably totally true what you're saying.
so I want to go. Like if I ever had like Elon money, like fuck you money, I would start a foundation that went around the world trying to find those fucking kids. Like go pull the smartest
How about better
motherfucker.
yet, create them.
Figure
Figure out a way
shit, with
figure
CRISPR.
out not just that, but also with education. I mean, a lot of it is access to things. It's the things like if you read like Malcolm Gladwell's The Outliers. One of the things that he'll talk about with like certain incredible success stories, it's like the access that they had to all these different things that could help them.
Yeah.
Like Bill Gates, like he had access to the computers at the university when he was a kid and learned how to code like very early on.
Yeah, that's why
he was involved in it super early on.
I hate all these motherfuckers that act like, you know, all of these tech people try to act like, oh, we started in the garage. It's like, and they fail to mention like that garage was attached to a mansion. You know, it's like,
yeah, but it's still impressive.
It's impressive to
If you think of like what Apple is, that it actually did start in a garage. Like Amazon, you ever seen the desk that Jeff Bezos used to
Oh
have?
yeah, and he had it on he had Amazon written on like white paper.
Yeah, it was like a one of them vinyl signs.
But yeah,
behind him or
but you know what?
something.
His parents still loaned him like $250,000. You know, it's like
That's true.
So it's like,
Is that true?
Yeah,
$250,000?
I don't know exactly how much it was, but it was over that. It was that